Evening troopers. I'm fat, thanks for noticing. I'm a bit down in the dumps at the moment because the project that I spoke to you about in the last video, it's not quite panned out how I'd expected. I'd put the LEDs behind the furniture that the game's console storage and the Kallax in between. I'd not hardwired it in, I just sort of sellotaped it in just to see how it'd go. Offered it all up, turned it on, and it didn't really work. It didn't really look how I expected. So I'm a bit wounded about that. And I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do next. However, I'm not the kind of guy to be sad for long. And I've just watched the last episode of The Orville, and that's pumped me up quite a lot. I really enjoy it. I do like The Orville. If you're a sci-fi fan, you haven't watched The Orville yet, get it watched. But the main point of this video, I keep looking over there, I don't know why. There's no like hot woman or kebab or something over there, so why do I keep looking over there? I want to look at you. Eye contact. Eye contact. Right, video tonight, talking about, I know what you think when you look at me, you go, that guy is really into snow sports. Skiing, snowboarding, all of it. I'm not. Although I've been dry slope skiing once. Wasn't for me. See, I've got thin legs and a fat body and thin arms. That's not what you need for a centre of balance. Anyway, I'm getting off the point. That's your fault. The point is, snowboarding games. I'm a PlayStation guy. I've been a PlayStation guy since PS1. Got a PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. And if I needed to get rid of all of my consoles, then the PlayStation ones would be the last ones I got rid of. Absolutely. So every generation of PlayStation, I've had a snowboarding game, and I've had quite a lot of fun out of them, to be honest. It started with Cool Borders. Cool Borders 2 is actually a really good game. The downside to it is it was so early on in the PS1 life, it doesn't use the joysticks. It just uses the original controller, which when you've spent all your life since using the old shick-tickers, when you've got to use left and right buttons, it's a bit of a drag. However, it is a really nice game. The music's really good. The sound acting, the narrator guy, he's really good. The design of the borders is really good. You don't need 10, 15 borders. You just need them to look cool. And there's some really fun out there unlocks. Like you can unlock an alien grey guy on a little flying saucer instead of a snowboard. And he spins loads, but he's not particularly quick. And there's a snowman on a shovel, and he's like not very good at stunts, but he's dead fast. And they really bring a bit of silliness to it that you wouldn't normally expect. So, Cool Borders, when I saw it, it was going to be on the PS1 Mini, which actually, let's face it, was a bit of a mess. I was quite surprised because I thought I was the only guy ever to play it, but I really like it. I recommend it. Now, PS2 era, this is another game I heartily recommend. If you see it and you like a bit of snowboarding, get this game. Shaun White, snowboarding. I know I look like a Shaun White kind of guy. Shaun White rocks! But the game does. The game rocks. The graphics are really good for a PS2 game, genuinely. But the thing about snowboarding games is, it's quite a narrow draw distance, isn't it? I can't imagine it's the hardest game to design because you're just designing essentially a tube, aren't you? It's very linear. You haven't got huge distances to draw. It's snowing normally, so that cuts down your draw distances. But yes, no, Shaun White snowboarding. The soundtrack is amazing. Like, genuinely. There's so many songs on this game that I listen to in the car now. The Trues, Every and Ambition, Black Cherry, Play That Funky Music. It's really, really, really good. Oh, his sore fingers. That's what she said. Really, really, genuinely great soundtrack for a game. And it's a good game as well, and it's good to play. I recommend this. The first two, then, I recommend. The PS3 era. Like I say, I always try and buy a good snowboarding game for every PlayStation generation. possibly either there isn't such a thing or I didn't buy the best one. But SSX, what's nice about it is you can rewind, which is wicked. If you completely spoon it up, you can press one of the shoulder buttons and that does save a lot of hassle, because resetting on it's a really good mechanic, and I wish more games had it. Just an instant replay for the last 10 seconds, because normally in a game when it goes south quick, and then you can add a game mechanic where you can take it away for special sections that need to be precise. So yeah, SSX, it's alright. I didn't play it as much as Sean White Snowboarding. I don't want to use the word obsessed, but if it was a lady, then I probably wouldn't be allowed 20 feet from any building she'd ever been in, because I got quite into Sean White Snowboarding. SSX. And on the PS4, I downloaded some EA Tut, which is fine as long as you've got loads of microtransaction money, which I don't agree with. So I've even got one for the PS4 era, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to flow. I can't even tell you what it's called. It was free on PS Network. Not very good. So they're my top picks for snowboarding games. I think there's a lot of customization and fun you can have with it, with the boards and the costumes for the riders. It's where I live musically. It's normally quite skatey, snowy, rocky. So that's where I'm sort of into. So I normally get into the music quite a lot. And there's something quite 90s about snowboarding. And I am a 90s kind of guy. If I quantum leap back to 1991, I'd be laughing. I had the 90s gripped. Post 2000, I haven't got a clue what's going on. But give me like 91 to 99, I'm your guy. So that's it really. That's all I want to talk about. I'm going to do something with them LED strips, but they're not doing what I wanted them to do, and they're not as bright as I wanted them to be. And I'm not as enthusiastic about the project as I was in my last video. But I'm not the kind of fat man that gets depressed. I'm not the kind of guy to be put down by a reversal in fortune. So I'm sure I'll find somewhere for them, and I'm sure that you guys will enjoy seeing them. At the moment, though, the man cave is still upside down, because I've had to take everything off the shelves to take them out, and it's bummed me out a little bit. But snowboarding games, I might even have one of them on in a minute. I think the PS1 might come out a bit of cool borders. Just watched the last episode of the Orville Season 2, which is great. And I'm sad about hearing that Chewbacca's passed away, Peter Mayhew. I think we all grew up with Star Wars. And it genuinely wasn't my favourite character. I never was a big fan of Chewbacca. I was always a Luke and Han kind of guy. But he was a big part of Star Wars. He was a big part of the first trilogy and part of the second. And everyone is saying he's a great guy. So I think it's a real shame. And it's sad when these icons from us growing up pass on, and it's part of, I guess, being my age. Yes, I know I'm old, I'm 42, I bet you're all in your 20s, and I hate you all. Have a great weekend. Hopefully some LEDs will be happening, and it will look swish rather than shizzle. And thanks for watching as ever. Please like, please subscribe, please share it with your friends and say, hey look, there's a fat guy and he's got a helmet. Because who doesn't want to see a fat guy in a helmet talking about games? Good night.